Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Wednesday, October 8, 2014, around 7:13 in Billerica, Massachusetts. Happy Hump Day, and the sun's trying to break out. We got some rain showers here, but they weren't severe in the Merrimack Valley area. It was mainly towards the south coast of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. It's a little bit windy out, but we'll take it. Highs in the 70s today. Some news to report. The San Francisco Giants beat the Washington Nationals by the score of 3-2 in Game 4 of the NLDS. The Giants won the National League Division Series over the Nationals 3-1, so they advanced to face the St. Louis Cardinals for the National League Championship, and that begins on Saturday on Fox and Fox Sports 1 with Joe Buck, Harold Reynolds, Tom Verducci, and Ken Rosenthal and Ellen Andrews sideline reporting. And also, LA Dodgers pitcher Josh Beckett has announced his retirement from Major League Baseball after 14 seasons. And also, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban and the current MVP of the NBA, Kevin Durant, says that the NBA should consider eliminating maximum contracts for players. And that could be a highly debated subject when the collective bargaining agreement most likely will be reopened in 3 years for the NBA, because they have an opt-out after the 2016-2017 season. And I'm guaranteeing you this, the collective bargaining agreement will be reopened. And that's about it on the news, except for one more thing. It's Happy Armed Forces Day in India, which Deep Patel's happy. And also, 58 years ago today, New York Yankees pitcher Don Lashin pitched the first and only perfect game in World Series history to date by blanking the Dodgers 2-0. And now, my next subject is the top 10 everything and everything. Now I'm on the list of the top 10 baseball play-by-play announcers who should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, winning the Ford Frick Award of Broadcasting Excellence. The Ford Frick Award has been given out since 1978, and some of the most famous baseball announcers of all time have won it, like Jack Buck, Vin Scully, Mel Allen, Red Barber, Joe Gazzariola, Dave Nienhaus, Tom Brennan, Marty Brenneman, Bob Uecker, and so many others. And this year, some of the names that the broadcasting win of the Hall of Fame for is very impressive. And here are the 10 play-by-play announcers of baseball games in the past that should be getting the Ford Frick Award in the near future. Number 10 on the list is Dick Enberg. Dick Enberg was the play-by-play announcer of the Angels for many years on radio and television. He did the Game of the Week for NBC for a few years. He called 3 championship series for NBC, 1977, 1979, and 81, and he called the 1982 World Series. He's currently the San Diego Padres play-by-play announcer on Fox Sports San Diego, and he's a finalist for the Ford Frick Award this year. Hopefully he gets it, Dick Enberg. Oh my! Number 9 on this list is current Red Sox play-by-play radio announcer Joe Castiglione. Joe Castiglione has been the play-by-play voice of the Red Sox on the radio for 32 years. And he's famous for saying, "Can you believe it?" He should get the Ford Frick Award one of these years. He comes in and number 8 is Ken Coleman. He was a longtime voice of the Red Sox on the radio, plus he did some games for the Cincinnati Reds on television and Cleveland Indians, and he called every touchdown of Pro Football Hall of Famers Jim Brown's career, because Ken Coleman was a radio announcer for the Cleveland Browns for many years. He's at number 8. Number 7 is Pete Van Wieren. Pete was the longtime voice of the Atlanta Braves for over 30 years on the radio and on TBS. He just passed away this year, and he's probably going to get elected to the Hall of Fame posthumously with the Ford Frick Award if he ever wins it. Number 6 is Skip Carey, another longtime Braves announcer. He and Pete Van Leeuwen was an amazing announce team for the Braves on the radio and on TBS for many years. He passed away several years ago. Skip comes from a legendary broadcasting family. His father, Harry Carey, was the longtime voice of the Chicago Cubs and St. Louis Cardinals, and his son Chip Carey continues the tradition of the Carey family, calling Braves games for Fox Sports South and Sports South. Number 5 is Ned Martin. Ned called Red Sox games on the radio and television for 32 years, and his famous quote was "Mercy." He passed away in 2002, and I hope one of these days Ned finally gets the Ford Frick Award posthumously. He's one of the finalists for the Ford Frick Award for 2015. Number 4 is longtime Yankees radio announcer John Sterling. John Sterling's famous quote, "The Yankees win! The Yankees win! The Yankees win!" He'll probably get into to win the Ford Frick Award sooner or later, and he's number 4. Number 3 is longtime ABC lead baseball announcer for Monday Night Baseball, Al Michaels. Al Michaels called several World Series and League Championship Series as the head voice of ABC Baseball. He also worked for the Cincinnati Reds and San Francisco Giants on the radio. He should get it one of these days. Number 2 is Bob Costas. Bob Costas worked for many years for NBC's Game of the Week. He called many American League Championship Series, a National League Championship Series, and World Series. He currently works for the MLB Network, calling some selected games and playoff games, and he should get it one of these days. And number 1 is longtime Chicago White Sox play-by-play announcer for Comcast Sportsnet Chicago, Ken Hawk Harrison. Ken was a player a former Major League player who played for the Kansas City A's, Boston Red Sox, and Cleveland Indians in the 60s and 70s. He's been a longtime voice of the White Sox for years, an institution in Chicago who's famous for every home run call. You could put it on the boards! Yes! And one of these days, he's definitely going to go into the Hall of Fame for the Ford Frick Award. He was a finalist last year, and I hope one of these days he gets in. And that will be very amazing. And this is a very impressive list, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. And I'll be back later on today for 2 more video blogs. My Week 6 NFL predictions. And the third one is the classic game show, Beat the Clock. No personality profile today because that's taking a day off. It might be back tomorrow. Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. And don't forget, send me your questions, private message me on Facebook or YouTube, and it'll definitely be read on a blog, a video blog, sometime in November. I need questions. If there's no questions, there's not going to be a video blog. I'm not going to make up questions. See you later.